Hello nerds, welcome back to an episode of WNN, your source for the music production news. We have some new plugins and some new hardware to talk about today. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here if you want to stay up to date. Surprise, surprise, we have reverb plugins, but they actually seem interesting, okay? We got other stuff too, but we got reverb plugins, and I know normally it's like reverb plugins, I got 10,000 of those, buddy. Why? One, we have one that's a spectral reverb. Two, we have a second one that's something else, but it's free from SoundToys. SoundToys has put out the plugin that they were showing off at NAMM, and it is free until May 22nd, normally $99. Why? Don't know. They're branding it as an imaginary space machine. That's what every single reverb is at the end of the day. They say it is an experimental reverb that lets you create unreal and imaginary spaces, shapes, textures, and tones otherwise impossible in the real world. And they state it was inspired by the pioneers of ambient music with their extensive use of layered tape loops and delays. So Space Blender is designed to create massive waves of lush, organic, and evolving spatial effects. This is not normal. So it seems like one of the good things about this reverb in particular is it makes it easier to create very, very long reverbs. And it seems to operate differently than a normal algorithmic or convolution reverb. One thing I've noticed about this plugin, a lot of reverbs out there, when you edit the parameters, they glitch and create like these weird artifacts. Whereas this one, you don't really get those artifacts as much. So you can change the parameters and it still sounds smooth. So the time knob can go anywhere from 100 milliseconds to a minute. And in sync mode, it locks to your track's tempo. Now, obviously it has like a color control to give you like a more like lo-fi effect. And there's also a texture control, and then mod controls the random movement within it. So it has a visualizer, so you can actually manipulate the reverb envelope and drag the cursor around the screen and it'll morph. So they don't actually explain how it's different very well here, but it is different. I will show a clip of it here in a minute, and it's really just really smooth. It's probably one of the smoothest reverbs I've ever come across. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it, but it's free, hey? So no complaints here. Even if it was dog shit, at the end of the day, it's free, but it's not dog shit, all right? It's far from dog shit. So their founder and the sound designer, Andrew Schlesinger, they created the DSP algorithms and patch for the original black hole effect in the Eventide DSP 4000. Some of the great things here, you can morph between gate, reverse, decay, and bloom reverb shapes in real time. You can spectrally evolve the reverb over time, so it can grow darker, brighter, or whatever over time. Okay, I'm gonna play a few clips of what it sounds like right now so you guys can get an idea.
In this video, we're going to introduce you to Space Blender, show you how to navigate
Space Blender.
The visualizer also functions as the exclusive interface for creating your shaped spaces. Let's take a look. Inside of the visualizer, the sonar-like cursor is your control. Moving it vertically and horizontally, you can create a wide range of shapes for your spaces. Abrupt gated reverb sounds. Reverse reverbs. Blooms.
Tell me not. Pretty clean sounding, right? And it's fucking free. What is wrong with them? I don't know. I'm not going to complain though. So I will link to this in the description if you want to check it out. I don't know why you wouldn't. You have until May 22nd to get it for free. So get to it, guys. Get to it. I already got it. In our next story, we have some pretty unsurprising news, and would you believe it, Kanye West has not paid his producers for his new album, Donda 2. If you're still a Kanye fan for some reason, that album's probably going to come down. Apparently, they're trying to charge him like $3 million, according to him. So he's definitely not paying that shit, because that's not going to make $3 million. According to him, that's what he's saying here. I mean, I almost don't really believe anything Kanye says at this point, so, you know, I don't really know. Here, it says that he's owed them money for almost 3 years now. He's refused to pay and keeps stealing their work. So this is the producers Jamal Boogs the Beast Gwyn, long name there, and Brian All Day Miller. Then the manager also responded. His name is Free Maiden. He says there was no extortion. Basically calls him out and says, why would you go to social media and do this instead of like actually addressing him like a man? And Kanye already knew that they were looking for money, but he put out the music anyway. He claims he saved Kanye 9 figures in attempted lawsuits alone in the past. So Free Maiden actually guided him through the music industry and introduced him to Jay-Z, ran his label and publishing company, and he was also the executive producer for Genius, the Kanye trilogy, the documentary made about him. Terrible fucking name, bro. Terrible. It kind of makes a lot of sense because Kanye is such a narcissist. For those of you wondering why I'm looking off to the right sometimes, I'm looking at my handlers, okay? I'm being held at gunpoint. So also, the producers on Vultures 1 and Vultures 2 were not paid. So surprise, surprise, it keeps happening. And our next story here, we have another piece of hardware that looks like a bomb. Granted, this one at least has some plastic on it. I'm assuming it's plastic. I don't know exactly. This one definitely looks a little bit less like a bomb than some of the other stuff, but still not looking amazing. So this is the KASTLE 2 Wave Bard. Yeah, just take it all in. So it's an experimental patchable stereo sample player. And it seems to have some pretty basic features here. You can discover new rhythms and riffs through modulation and modularity. I'm a little confused here because I just feel like those are the same things. Am I wrong here? So you can play melodic samples in quantized scales and spice up the sound with a built-in filter, delay, or chorus/flanger effects. They had me in the first half there, like play the melodic samples in quantized scales. Okay, interesting, different. But spicing up the sound with the filter, delay, or chorus effects. Wow. Next, you're gonna tell me they have reverb. So you can use your own samples, rhythms, and scales with the web-based app. That's a little concerning, I feel like. If the app goes down or if they go out of business, this thing's going to become shit. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? It's got 8 samples per bank, 6 factory-loaded banks with up to 32 banks in the editor. There's a pitch knob with a range of plus or minus 2 octaves. It has 89 seconds sampled limit, mono, or 44 seconds stereo. So you can quantize the pitch to different scales. You can also do unquantized pitch modulation. It doesn't really sound that crazy to me. I mean, maybe in practice it'll be a lot crazier. Actually, based. I mean, the chord a little bit weird, but like the chorus, like drums are kind of sick. Honestly, some very interesting demos. Granted, you could make this with a lot of other shit, but it seems like it's kind of focused on this like weird chorus effect, breakbeat drum editing type shit. I'm kind of impressed. This actually seems like a fun little device. Let's see what it costs. Not bad. I mean, hey, it's not really that bad. I guess another thing to be worried about here is like compatibility with other devices. It's powered by 3 AA batteries. Can use USB-C for firmware updates, sample upload, or power. I mean, if you could fit this into your system with other devices, this could actually be pretty sick, especially for that price point. Still wouldn't bring this with me on a plane though. Okay guys, that is it for this episode of WN. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. If you want to stay up to date with the music production news, I'll see you guys next time.